Welcome to Feisty Chess. I've got white today against Invoker 94. G6. Modern defense, I guess. We'll just get our pieces out. Let's go knight here. Keep it simple. Put the bishop here. We'll play h3 before we castle. Okay, I wonder about d5 here. e5 is another option. I can just castle. I can recapture with my knight. It'll be fine. Knight takes pawn, and I can take with the bishop. Okay, let's just keep getting pieces out. To take would be a little bit of a mistake here, giving him more pawns in the center. I think f4, e5 is some kind of a plan here. Maybe knight e2 and c3. He doesn't have many good spots for his bishop, so he probably is going to take. Then maybe go bishop e6, I don't know. But bishop e6, I can grab it with my knight. If he plays it right now. Queen d2 is an idea. Okay, looks like he wants to play b4 or b5. Knight d5 might be pretty good now. No, that hangs a knight. That hangs a knight, because after knight takes d5, then just knight takes here. So, no can do on that one. Yeah, I kind of like this knight e2. Knight e2, c3 idea, just to shore up d4. He can play knight b4 now. But I got bishop c4. No, I have to give up that bishop. It's kind of a dud bishop right now anyway. Okay, let's go c3, and then if he wants to take, he'll have to give me a big pawn center. Okay, I think we can hang on to this bishop now. We can kick that knight later. Oh, the knight probably wants to come to c5, c4, doesn't it? We kick the knight right now. That looks good. I'm not too concerned with that bishop. He's going for it. Now we're totally developed here, so I'm not worried about the bishop pair so much. Got f5 ideas. e5 is pawn sack. Okay. We'll take the full center. Yeah. We'll get a rook to the c file. There we go. It's off that square where the bishop eyeballs it here on the long diagonal. Okay. F5 would give us F4 for a knight. Put the knight on C3. B4 makes some sense just to get that pawn off the long diagonal too. Maybe that's carrying a little too much here. What else can this knight do? I like it best on F4. I gotta say. You know, I could go D5. That would shut down that bishop, and then I've got knight D4. But first I need to play B4, I think. Or just rook C2. Rook C2. I get doubling up on the C file. I like the look of that, actually. Rook C2. Yeah. We got this option. Yeah, let's double on up here. All right. If I get queen takes, I'm doubled up immediately. I suppose then he has queen C8. That can't be good though. Rook takes or queen takes? I gotta watch over E4 here. I'm gonna go here. If he goes queen C8, I'll just come back to D3, I think. Now queen C7 hits pretty hard, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, he gets the E4 pawn, I see. But I have a rook on the 7th, and I've got the initiative here too. He's got the bishop pair, but my rook on the 7th has got to be worth it. He's got to go D5, but that kind of restricts his bishop, right? I think I'm winning a pawn here. That rook is too good. I didn't even see that he was winning E4, frankly, but that rook on the 7th would have been worth it even if he were. I mean, he obviously did win E4. I mean, winning a pawn. I just noticed that I was hitting E7. So, let's see, D5 makes a lot of sense here, but then knight C3. Maybe knight C3. Maybe rook D7 first. Maybe rook, yeah, maybe rook to c7 again, just to, no. Yeah, if he ever tries rook to c8, I've got knight c3 clogging the works up. f5, I think makes more sense than d5. My knight and my bishop aren't the best, clearly. But my king can come into the game relatively quickly. And my knight would look pretty good on c3 at this point. I don't think he's going to be able to hang on to a6 at the end of the day. Oh, wow. Okay, well, this gives up two bishops for the rook. Am I missing something? He's going to play d5, but then I just go rook e5, and we'll have two pieces for the rook with a good number of. Okay. With a grip on the center. Rook takes d5, rook e5, bishop takes. Probably take with the f pawn. Rook c8. And he is getting to that. He's getting there with his rook. Well, I've got knight here. I'm going to go for it. We gotta just trust that the two pieces are better than the rook at that point. Okay. I don't want to give him that passer. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Going knight to c3. Hitting this pawn. These can be hard to evaluate. Hmm. Okay, I've got bishop g5 if he tries rook d8. That complicates things a bit. Yeah, that looks good. Rook d7, I play e6. Hmm. Maybe not e6. Maybe I just get my king in the game now. E6 would lose that pawn. Well, no. Okay, here, rook d6 here. Now he's got to play king here. I must have some kind of hijinks there. What kind of mischief can my knight cause if his king is right there? Hmm. Let's do it. Pushing that passer's got to be the way to go, right? Okay, get my king in the game. My knight wants to be on, say, d3. All right, he's giving that up. So I'll have a passer on the outside here. Hmm. Let's get the king over. We need to stop that. We need to blockade this pawn. Running low on time here. I like my chances, but I'll have to take them quickly, won't I? I got his pawn well under control. The more pawns clear off the board, the better the rook gets. That knight would like to be on c5. Well, d4 is pretty good too. Boy, that looks a little too bold. My knight is fantastic on d4. I'm just going to go. Okay. Okay, I can get my king right in there. Let's plant the knight here. This keeps my pieces mobile. And everything's protected. King g4, I can just take. And if he tries back here, I think, well, I don't know. He may be getting my g-pawn, but my king is way better positioned than his. Hitting this pawn. Maybe we can maneuver our knight around to make this fork right here. Bada bing, bada boom, and we're hitting these two pawns. Rook c8 c7 might be good here. That's also okay. I'm gonna get this rolling. I didn't like that being on the same rank as my other vulnerable pawns here. Let's just do this. We're also threatening this fork now. Okay. We landed it. He can't guard, he's got to move his rook. He can't guard both pawns. Oh, actually he can, can't he, if he goes to g7. Yeah, g7 is good for him here. Because I can't take, because there would be pins. Actually, after rook g7, I think king c5 is good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, king c5, now I'm threatening to take. And how does he defend it again? And I'm giving back the 2 pieces of the rook because I'll have this pawn and I'll be winning. So he's going to have to come up with something else. Ooh, now I'm definitely winning. And I'm getting this pawn too. The material temptation was too great. He got 6 for 5, but ultimately ended up being 6 anyway. I'll just go this way out. Yeah. 2 weaknesses here. Too many weaknesses. Okay. Probably king takes b5 would have been winning too. But that in that case, you're in a race, and that seemed like a risk I didn't need to take. I wanted to make him decide over here on the king side. If he takes, then it's just easy, simple win. If he goes here, then he can't ever come pursue my pawn because I'm going to run. Anyway, if I had just taken this pawn, then he gets in here. And now, well, I still got this, don't I? Yeah, I still got that. Anyway, let's look at the game. Yeah, modern defense. I don't recommend it. But, you know, I also don't prepare for it, so maybe that makes it recommendable. That's how I like to play. I like to play openings that people generally aren't that familiar with. A lot of the time. Sometimes you got to play the main stuff too. I recommend a variety. Play an opening for, you know, a couple years, few months or whatever. Just get the hang of it and keep going. Keep expanding your repertoire. Okay, regular type opening moves. White has a bit of an advantage. Okay, I should go for d takes c5 here, I guess. What about d5? That's my... Okay, that still holds a bit of an advantage. I just castled. Apparently this is just equal now. Yeah, queen d2. More efficient, I suppose, but I got a little nervous about d4 and wanted to play c3. Yeah, and it's apparently... I mean, the computer likes bishop c2. I like the central control I get here. I mean, I think that did end up paying off. It does like f5. Ooh, it didn't like this plan. It wants me to go rook takes c2. Yeah, queen d7 was a strange choice. e6. I was thinking queen c8. The bishop pair is often a lot more valuable in an ending. When you got queens and knights jumping around as a team, that can be very dangerous. So getting those queens traded, yeah, and the computer, well, the computer does like this well enough. Problem is, I can unleash a discovery here. Maybe that's not such a big problem. E6. I mean, black's in no hurry, I guess. I'm planning on coming here though. Oh yeah, I got e4 to worry about. So I need to play something like, oh, e6 is maybe to prevent d5. So maybe now I play here. And now queen a8. Okay. Preparing rook c8. All right, well, my moves didn't make a lot of sense according to the computer there. But he goes queen d7, so this kind of forces the queens off. It's e4, but oh, knight c3. Okay. That makes sense. But now I hit this with tempo. It does like f5. This was a bad idea. 5-point advantage. Wow, I did not evaluate it like this. Rook takes d5, rook e5, d takes e5. Still, I'm okay here. D takes e5, rook c8, king f2. Okay, if he goes rook c2, I can go bishop here. That's a nice. That holds together quite nicely, doesn't it? A5. I'm guessing king e3, d4, and then just king d3, and the rook has to go away. Rook c4, we can kick it like this. Rook back to c6. Well, still a hard slog. My move was just kind of principled, not giving him the pass pawn and keeping my pawns more towards the center. F6. It likes E6 right here. Why E6? Okay, I thought about this, and then knight comes to F4, but he can kick it, but then I get D5. King F2, and this looks pretty good too. I've got the dangerous passer here. My knight, lots of potential. I got my knight in this way. Oh, knight E2, that makes sense. I went for this. King F2, okay. It doesn't like the H6 idea. This pawn, surprisingly, is not worth that much right now. It's very well, it's, well, I don't know. I don't know. The computer didn't really like this H6 plan, although you can see the logic of it. B4, let's kick that knight around a bit first. Now we're coming here. King E1. Now this makes a threat out of black's pawn. That's more counterplay. H6 just tries to shut down my play or resolve this issue in the center here, but there's not really a threat of much happening with this right now. Black always has this possibility of H6, so he doesn't need to do it now. Yeah, and I was starting to like the shape of things here. Bishop F4. And maybe there's a better spot for that bishop to go. Yeah, king, I don't know what the idea was here. I'm just getting my pawns rolling here. Yeah, rook c7 here would have made sense. That's what I was expecting. And I was going to go, what was I going to do? G4, does that ruin everything? Apparently. A3. Now if rook c2, knight d3, but why can't rook take here? Oh, big old fork, that's why. Okay. So I saw, yeah, that's what I thought made sense. And he went rook to g7 to, oh, right. I am threatening there. Yeah, now rook c2. Yeah, I guess I'm still good here because I got these two outside passers connected. Anyway, so many complications in an ending like this. And I didn't like this idea of rook here. I wanted the pawn to be protected, and I also want to make a passer ultimately over here. So g4's got to be played. Now it likes knight d3. I just tried to put my pawns on different ranks. When you're operating against a rook, it's a good idea usually to have your pawns protect one another. So there's only one target, and it also, importantly, it takes the rook a couple tempos to get both of them eaten up if he wants to, rather than just chowing down one after the other on the 7th. So that's a nice little principle for rook endings. But here again, I think rook c7 is a better plan. Okay. Yeah, I was proud of finding that move. And I was really proud of finding king c5. The problem here is probably loses. Now we're losing a knight. So, but yeah, king c5, and now we're actually threatening to take. And he can't really protect the pawn. Rook f7 is apparently his best. Knight takes g6 here instead of d5. D5 is fine, probably. But yeah, this pawn is more important because now after take on g6, these two are monsters. Rook f2, knight f4, king takes b5. Okay, and ooh, a3. That makes sense. That looks scary, actually. Knight takes d5 and rook takes a2, and I'm guessing something like oh yeah, king b4. That'll do. Rook a1, knight e3. That gets the job done too. And we can even sacrifice the knight for that pawn and just plan on marching things up here. Instead, black made that trade and then couldn't resist that. King e5 is a better try, but we're going to win on d5. But still, this is more hope than what happened in the king and pawn ending. Never go into a losing king and pawn ending if you can figure out it's losing. You want to keep those pieces on the board for some kind of chances. So get your king in here. Maybe we're going to play king e4 and we're going to attack this pawn. So yeah, the rook gives you some chances. Anyway, black couldn't resist. At this point, he's just down a piece unless he takes the bishop, and now he's just losing the pawn ending. b4 would have made sense. So yeah. All right, thanks for the game, Invoker, and thanks for watching, folks. Stay feisty.